Sabi niya, naku, Father, na-touch talaga ako. Anong nakatouch sa inyo? Kasi nung sinabi niyo, okay, I'm now at the end of the page. I have to turn the page. Nung sinabi niyo yun, naisip ko bigla, Holy Spirit, na dapat I have to turn a new page in my life. So, bagong buhay. Ayan, na-touch siya because of that. So, we are assured that it is the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit who moves people, not ourselves. Tayo minsan akala natin, namove natin, hindi pala. The Holy Spirit. And holiness is the key to our effectiveness. If we have the Holy Spirit with us, the Holy Spirit will move people. We don't have to create anything new. Sometimes we depend on the externals. Yung ating misa dapat may special effects. May mga of course, nakakatulong din yan. So, minsan, hindi naman kailangan ng misa may special effects. Because the Mass itself is already a very special occasion. The Mass itself is Calvary. Bumalik tayo 2,000 years ago. And so we don't have to come up with, once in a while, they would help, no? They some feast and so on. Okay, so we know that all these beautiful things have been possible because of God's help. Because of God's help. In our vocation, sometimes we encounter difficulties and doubts could come up inside of us. And very practical ones. For example, pag tumanda na ako, sino mag-aalaga sa akin? So, malaking question yan sa atin, mga dayosisan. Sino mag-aalaga sa akin? Kapatid ko, yung pinsan ko, yung pamangkin ko. Hindi ko alam. But these doubts could come in. Sabi sa akin once ni Monsignor, maybe you know him, Monsignor Oka Leanyo, taga Lucena, nasa seminary siya ngayon, siya ang rector. Sabi niya, alam mo sa amin, sa diocese namin, yung mga pari na nakapag-ipon, pagtanda nila, yung kanilang naipon, nauubos sa gamot at sa hospitalization. So, ayan, may naipon, kaso nauubos. Yung mga hindi nakapag-ipon, tuloy-tuloy sa kanilang ministry, hanggang one day, patay sila. Namamatay sila bigla. So, hindi nila kailangan ng pera. Kasi tuloy-tuloy yung kanilang ministry. So, pareho din. Sabi niya, pareho din. Napamag-ipon ka ulit. Although, of course, dapat ingat na tayo. Dapat we have our provisions for our old age. And, well, I think, ewan ko lang sa inyo, sa San Pablo, no? But in some dioceses, meron silang parang pension fund, meron bahay-bahay, meron hospitalization plan, all of this. And of course, this is part of our priestly fraternity, so that in our diocese, we could set up something that would assure us and to help us, especially the not so young, well, the young ones and the young ones upon a time. So, this would help us also in our priestly fraternity, yes, but also in our day-to-day ministry, para hindi na masyado tayo mag-aalala, sino mag-aalaga sa akin. And these are very existential, realistic questions. Doubts about ourselves, about our vocation, will take away all our doubts. Turning to the Lord, having faith, and being assured that such doubts, such crises, are part of a normal process. Kung nagkaroon tayo ng crisis, midlife crisis, or whatever, let us be assured that that is just part of our ministry. Midlife crisis. 40 years, life begins at 40. Life begins at yan, pro-life, mga question, conception, mga implantation, life begins at 40. But we have to brace ourselves also, since the crisis could be very strong. And the crisis could come not only in midlife, even in our early ministry. May kasabihan, di ba, na yung first 5 years daw, yan yung medyo turbulent. Pag nalampasan mo yung 5 years, more or less lang. Smooth sailing, although not necessarily pwedeng bumalik na naman when we are a little older, or maybe maybe even towards the end of our life, pwede pa rin magkaroon. And this would bring us a little more into our topic, which is fraternity and the practice of charity. We know that our vocation is something great given to us by God Himself. We know that, yes, there are challenges. We know that we can correspond. And in both these aspects, both in facing the challenges and also corresponding to our vocation, we need each other. We need each other. We need our brother priests. We cannot be lone rangers. We cannot be on our own. May kasabihan sa Spanish, cada cura con su locura. Every priest with his, yung locura, yung kalokohan. Bawat pare kanyang kalokohan. Kumbaga, kanya-kanyang banal, kanya-kanyang idea, kanya-kanyang ganun. Parang lone rangers, kanya-kanyang invento. Well, of course, creativity, kasama doon. But we cannot be completely isolated from each other. As a brother aided by a brother is like a strong city. Is like a strong city. And we have to be like a strong city. Sabi ko nga kahapon, kasi the other day lang may napanood ako sa TV. Isang episode about mga special services sa Germany. Mga combat divers tawag nila. Parang mga elite forces na combat divers. Ayan, pupunta sa isang place, ilulunod yung kanilang vapor, kanilang parang bangka na motorized. And then mamaya, atakihin na yung isang ship. Tapos babalik. Yung nilunod nilang vapor, bubombahan kayo ng hangin, lulutag na naman, tapos ulit na sila. So, yan mga special forces. Tayo ganun din, we are also special forces. And then sabi doon, yung squad na yan, isang squad, bawat isang specialist. May isang medic, may isang communications expert, may isang explosive expert, may isang ganun. Tayo ganun din. We are priests and we are special services. We are like the CIA, we are like the FBI, we are like the SAS, SBS, yung Green Beret, parang ganun tayo. And just like them, they need each other. They need to support each other. Pag nagkasabog na, pag wala ng communications among themselves, they will not succeed in their mission. Hindi sila makauwi, patay silang lahat. Tayo ganun din. Tayo mga pare. Yes, we are trained, each one of us, and we are even trained to be alone. In a certain way, we are trained to be alone. We are alone in the parish. We are alone in our ministry. Although minsan, napapasobra naman. Napapasobra. Minsan kahit tatlo tayo sa parokya, alone pa rin tayo. So, sana wag naman ganon. Minsan, may napuntahan akong parish, kwentuhan kami sa isang parish. Sabi niya, Father, alam mo, 4 kami dito sa parokya, doon sa Manila. 4 kami dito sa parokya, kaso yung pakiramdam ko, parang nag-iisa pa rin ako. Parang nasa apartment lang ako. Nandito kami, nakikita kami minsan sa lunch o sa dinner. Sabay-sabay kami kumain, kaso naka-on naman yung TV, hindi kami nag-uusap. Kanya-kanyang buhay talaga. Tapos bawat kwarto, meron kami snacks doon. So kahit snacks, hindi na kami nakikita. Kanya-kanyang schedule, kanya-kanyang nakalista na lang. So hindi namin napag-uusapan. Kanya-kanya. Well, in a sense, kasi yung training natin is to be alone. Although medyo napasok. Kahit hindi tayo alone pa rin tayo. Kahit hindi tayo alone, it's not because we want to be alone. Maybe it's because hindi lang natin napapansin or hindi lang natin natutuklasan how we can be relate together. And in fact, it should even be, I think, it should even be the opposite. So that even though we are alone, we should not feel alone. Kahit mag-isa ako sa parokya, sana I know that my brother priest is with me. And that also needs, that demands a certain contact, a certain communication. Sana kahit nag-iisa tayo sa parokya, yung katabi nating parokya, nandun yung ating constant communication. Not only kung kailangan ng pari, kailangan ng substitute, kailangan ng mag-cover sa isang misa, sa isang patay.